Verse of the day is John 15:2, as it says, "He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes so that it will be even more fruitful." All right, let's begin with today's lecture. So have you ever wondered, God, if I'm following you, why does this season hurt so much? We usually think that if God is pleased with us, life should get easier. But Jesus tells a different story. He says the Father prunes the branches that are already bearing fruit. Think about that. The branches isn't being pruned because it's failing. It's being pruned because it's growing. Sometimes the pain you're experiencing isn't proof that God has abandoned you. It may be proof that he's still working on you. God is too loving to leave his children unchanged, so he cuts away whatever keeps us from becoming more like Christ. Sometimes it's pride, sometimes it's selfish ambition, sometimes it's an unhealthy relationship. The gardener never wastes a cut. Every pruning has a purpose. So think of this like a sculptor standing before a massive block of marble. To everyone else, it just seems like a giant rock. Then the sculptor picks up his hammer and chisel. Piece after piece falls to the ground. If the marble could speak, it might say, "Why are you breaking me?" But the sculptor isn't destroying it. He's removing everything that doesn't belong. With every strike, the masterpiece becomes clear. God works the same way within you. Sometimes he removes things that we desperately wanted to keep, not because he's trying to ruin our lives, but because he's shaping us into the people he created us to be. If God is cutting something out of your life, don't fight his hands. Trust his heart. The gardener sees what you cannot. He knows which habits are draining your strength, which relationships are pulling you away from him, which ambitions are keeping you from bearing lasting fruit. Let him do his work. I'll say this again. Let him do his work. Because one day you will realize that what felt like a painful loss was actually a loving act of preparation. The sharpest cuts from God are never meant to destroy his people. They're meant to shape them into the image of his son. Thank you guys for watching, and God bless. Begin your day with Christ, always.